Just doing a bit of a piece to hang up for the place around here, just so people can come down and have a look. We got an exhibition in October at the Gisborne Museum, so we're just trying to do some stuff with that. We've got to have try to tell a story in our bombing. We've all got different themes. It's quite a good thing for us, get us off the streets. I've done a little bit of tagging, not much. But, stuff on private property, probably not the one. I can see while the little young fellas do it, so trying to get their name out there, but that's not the way to do it, I don't think. Me, Bro Cody, Bobby Swift, and 2 young fellas from school, their names are Zed and Tim. So there's about 5 artists. We've got a few more pros, but they don't really get into the painting side of it, they just help us out. Thank you for doing it here.
Invective paragraphs.
Effective paragraphs, listen to your system like acrobats. Dramatic area and soap shatters the core. There's a disciple on the righteous path. Broken, confused about this adequate life I have. I ask questions in my head, but I can never grasp the facts of where my life is taking me in distant years. The future said I'm 18 in this atmosphere. Ain't getting me nowhere but nowhere. I'm in the dragon's lair. Swinging Excalibur, they say the truth will set me free. Measure my caliber, my characteristic quality. We'll conquer the massacre, the malevolence and all you things. Stopping your chest till you can't breathe, man, that's how it be. I gotta make something of my life, it's my destiny. Lyrically, these impotent folks are testing me. Stressing me, they wanna keep me from avalanche. And I'm together, potent, stoching, exploding my style around the globe. You know the struggle with that.
Well, to me, I think the problem is that it just defaces our community and it degrades it. When you travel through different neighbourhoods, when you see tagging just everywhere, it just puts a whole negative aspect on our communities. I think it's the ages between 12 and 15, that kind of age where they're just really bored and haven't got any focus on their life. I'm going to check out some of the graffiti that we cleaned up a couple of weeks ago for Youth Week and just see if it's been touched at all. As you see, this whole fence from the start all the way around was just tagged. And I mean, it looks horrible now, but at least we could kind of clean up some of the spray paint. So obviously we try to do as much as we could, but still it looks really horrible. I mean, it's all patchy, all different colours. I mean, people have already come in and tried to clean that up as well, but obviously it's going to take a lot of paint to cover it all. And you still don't know if it will get tagged again. I mean, if we were to paint this whole fence line, it still doesn't stop them from coming in and tagging it again. So our neighbourhoods need to be more bright and more alive, where compared to this, it's just dull. And what are we expecting our kids to be like when they grow up, when they have to live in things like this?
Yeah, I mean, we spend upwards of between $30,000 and $40,000 a year just cleaning graffiti off all of the park fences and park play equipment. The graffiti prevention grant was for $30,000 and we split it over 3 sites, Cook's Plaza, the eyesight, and behind the library in Bright Street. Most of the graffiti is in quite prominent locations. I guess most of the taggers want to have their tag in the most visible spot. The only time it's actually legal is actually where you've actually got the landowner's permission to do it. So I mean, if you're doing it on your mate's backyard within the fence line and you've got their parents' consent, then I guess it's legal. But if you haven't got their consent, then basically it's technically illegal and it's a crime.
So here's some more tagging. Our landlord painted over some old tagging and then the next day back again. So it's not so good, it's not a good look, it's not a nice thing to see on your building. Kind of brings the tone of the whole town down. Kids just kind of jump up on top of the building, and I don't know how they do it, but they somehow lean over the sides and put another tag on. It costs heaps of money, and you have to get ladders up and you have to match the paint again, and visitors from out of town. They want to come to gorgeous Gisborne and look, what the first thing they see is just on the buildings. It's not a good look.
When you first start out, it's it's like a drug. It's hard to stop. You can't get it out of your mind. You just want to. You're always at the art block, constantly stealing pastels and stuff.
See, we just sit on we just kick back and just elaborate on it to provide us better stuff, better environment, better utensils, better everything.
Different letters, You could be bored and go and start it. That might be how you start, but once you feel like you go do it, then you see it the next day, it's like, yeah.
Other people's property, because I wouldn't like them to do it on my property, so we go look for like bridges or something to go practice on.
Hard.
But then you really think about it, you'll just stay home and hit the pad and pen. Nothing.
Right, shit. I've never hit on a fence, someone's house, unless it's already fully tagged up. This could even lead to design opportunities and things like that.
Yeah,
so I do a lot of drawing.
We're going to keep going until it gives us our full potential.
I've never been caught.
I've been caught red-handed up on Hospital Hill.
What happened?
We had bags and bags of cans.
I set them up there.
Yeah, he set us up.
No, I
we were under the bridge and we're like, we just got so much cans. And he's like, cool, there's big ass spots at Hospital Hill.
That's where I just come back from.
All day, like, boom. And then cops reckon there were cameras out. I was hiding under this tree for ages. Dogs sent out in.
At the end of the day, it's all about getting fame.
Yes.
Getting your name seen. At the end of the day, this is illegal. You shouldn't be doing it.
Tagging, graffiti, and vandalism in general. Because the school has so many areas with blank spaces, it's like an open invitation to some people to come and tag. It's usually about some gripe they have with society, nothing to do with our school.
There must just be one person with 3 different tags.
We had a teacher here, or we still have the teacher here, who'd come in one Sunday to do some work and a group had walked through and tagged her car. Didn't have anything against the teacher, didn't know her, it just happened to be a nice car sitting in the car park. And they had written all of that sort of stuff all over the car, and thank God they hadn't scratched it in.
Mostly all of the whole entire school, except for the guys who like to tag, mostly the whole entire school doesn't like tagging, including the principal and the teachers.
We have more important things to do instead of wasting money to clean it up.
And we're actually losing our potential of respecting our school. So that's why I think that the graffiti and the tagging are hurting other people.
It costs us a lot of money actually in whitewashing the walls again. Unnecessary money that we'd rather spend on our children's education or on tools for learning, as opposed to covering up somebody's bad spelling. If I go back to that again, what they're doing is expressing their frustration and their anger at the world. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's what they're doing. They maybe not able to express it at home, no one's listening to them, no one gives a damn. Society is not listening to them, so let's take it out somewhere. So let's go and splash a bit of paint around and tag something. I can't see what's wrong with finding a place that no one sees and needs to be fixed up, for having a place for angry people, angry youths, frustrated, all those sorts of things.
Just happened to see this blue here. Hey, it looks like my, hey, that's me.
No, that sounds mean. Long as you, the key is that you've got the picture in your head, you know, you're the artist. Okay? So I'm happy with that. So what's the first step? So step 1 to get that started. So prep, eh?
Yeah.
So prep of the board. You know, that there is those are your pieces, and you might pull them off, and they might tell a story behind it, eh?
Yep.
If that's how what you're telling me, that's what I thought you were saying.
That could even look cool.
So if you've got see, this is what I mean about planning. So that's one idea. So you got about 5 or 6 there. That's cool. But let's look at one idea and really break it down so that you know what you're doing. So if that's our puzzle, whatever it is.
This is how I spend my time, putting art on people's bodies, and obviously it's Māori, has a Māori sway to it. This is one of my tools that I use to be able to create artwork. It's a tattoo gun, and it's used to put ink in people's skin, and this is the tool that I make a living with. I'm able to get paid for what I do, for my time, and also I'm able to express my own artistic ability through this particular type of instrument. You must have a certain amount of confidence to be able to know where your lines are, know how to draw. Generally you have a template to work with, and once you've got the template, it's all up to yourself as the artist and the machine that's able to do the job. So, yeah.
I'm painting a mural on a fence in Barton Street and Rainfurley Street, and we started painting, and the lady who owns the fence came out and asked us, excuse me, what are you doing? We asked the council for permission, but we hadn't asked the owners, and you always got to ask the owner of the fence if you can paint on the fence first, because they paid for the fence. She said, oh, that's cool, but what are you painting? And I said, well, I was going to paint some Māori words, and I had this kia kaha design down there, and I'd used ko whaiwhai and things like that. And she said, oh, okay, but could I ask you to paint some birds on my fence for me? And I said, yeah, sure. And it's always good to see like creative stuff in the community that people, you know, it doesn't cost any money to see. It's right there, or something to think about as they're walking past if they want to, or maybe something to take their photo, have their photo taken in front of.
At the end of the day, the graffiti is a crime, particularly if it's on private property. So yeah, it's a criminal matter really.
Yeah, I definitely think the problem goes deeper than just picking up spray cans and vandalising homes. I think it goes deeper where our young people don't hold the value of respect. You know, they don't understand that tagging someone's fence actually hurts people. You know, it's disrespectful to families, to the properties. You know,
a lot of the plain tagging, the writing crude and rude words on the walls is really anger and frustration at society, not always directed at the school. Hardly ever actually directed at this school or any individuals here. It's directed at somebody else. to be home.
Make some stencils for that, eh? Are you gonna make a star stencil?
Yep.
Be easier, eh? Just to make a stencil on this one.
Just one of those, whatever.
Oh, no, I can just put, because you want the star behind it, eh? Bro?
Oh, but like those little shiny things.
Even if I put it in between the two words, just gonna draw a bit of an outline to get basic thing of what I want it to look like, and then take it from there. You can change it on when I'm putting it on the canvas or whatever.
You gotta work in your style. We represent it cause we love it. We will not have ourselves denying what we're looking in your eyes. We will not have ourselves denying